anybody who wants a recording or slides, we tend to send them out after the presentation and maybe take a day or two before you get them. We've traditionally run a couple webinars every month. Jamie Norris has been taking the lead on that for the last probably about almost a year now. And so when you guys arrived, you probably saw the RingLogix logo with Jamie's name and face. Well, Jamie has taken a well-deserved vacation. As I was mentioning here, some of you may have heard earlier, she's in Guatemala having fun at a yoga retreat, and it sounds like she's having a beautiful time there. So today I'll be hosting, but really the majority of what we're going to be talking about today is Akixi. And some of you may know Nava, Navago. I'm sure Umar will tell you the story, but there's a bit of business change there, and that broadens out the product line, bigger company, and some other net benefits to all of us. But today's presentation is around how to use some of the products available through Nava and Akixi to help you not only grow your business, but keep customers a little stickier to you and retain them by using some of the product features to make it a little bit more difficult for a customer to say, hey, that other solution looks really attractive over there. So with that, I am going to turn it over to you, Umar, and for anybody who has questions, I'll be monitoring the chat. If I can answer them, great, but my guess is I'll be turning the majority of those questions over to the Akixi team to answer after the presentation has been completed. And Umar, correct me if I'm wrong, there's also a demo too, right?
Correct, yeah. So I'm going to go through the initial slides and then we'll round off with a demo.
Okay, excellent. Why don't we kick it off then?
Brilliant. Cheers, Wayne. Afternoon, everyone. Hope you're all well. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to join us for today's webinar on CRM integration for NetSapiens, a way to boost your revenue and retention through CRM integration. So my name's Umar. I'm a business development manager at Akixi, and I'll be taking you through today's presentation. So in terms of the agenda for today, we'll start by taking a look at why CRM integration is an important product to have within your portfolio. Then we'll run through an overview of the product, the value proposition. We'll run through 2 case studies and then finish up with a live demo from my colleague Alan. Now, let's talk about why companies invest in a CRM. We know that 79% of customers expect a seamless experience when interacting with different departments in a company. However, the reality is that 56% often have to repeat themselves when dealing with different representatives. And this disconnect creates frustration and can damage customer satisfaction. Similarly, 70% of customers assume that all company representatives have access to the same information about them. But in reality, more than half it feels like they're talking to different, multiple, separate departments rather than a single unified company. And this can make interactions feel disjointed and impersonal. Well, why does that matter? Well, 88% of customers say that good customer service increases their likelihood of purchasing again. And even when mistakes happen, 75% of customers are willing to forgive a company if they receive excellent customer service. So this shows that a great customer experience isn't just a nice to have, it's actually a key driver for customer loyalty and revenue. So this is exactly where CRM systems come in. They help businesses. Yeah.
Just a quick note, you're still on your opening slide. So if you're transitioning through slides here, you may need to refresh that.
Okay, let me try again. Let me try resharing. Apologies, folks.
Yep.
Let's go. Let's try this again. Can everyone see that okay?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, brilliant. So apologies about that, guys. So the point I was making is that ultimately customer service is a really important part for businesses. Majority of customers will actually forgive a company if they receive excellent customer service. And what we're showing here is that it's not just a nice to have in terms of customer experience being good. but it's also a key driver of customer loyalty and revenue. So this is exactly where CRM systems come in. They help businesses create a smooth, consistent customer experience by ensuring that all departments have access to the same customer data. So it reduces repetition, makes communication more seamless, and ultimately leads to stronger customer relationships. So building on the previous slide, it's no surprise that 91% of businesses with 11 employees or more use a CRM. So that means nearly every business beyond a small startup relies on a CRM to manage customer relationships effectively. And as businesses grow, managing customer interactions manually becomes nearly impossible. So ultimately, the CRM helps organize customer data, track interactions, and ensure that teams have the information they need to provide a seamless experience. So this statistic reinforces that CRM adoption isn't just a trend, but it's a necessity for businesses to stay competitive, provide better customer experience, and drive growth. So introducing our CRM solution for NetSapiens, Nava, this solution is designed to streamline customer interactions and enhance productivity across multiple industries. So the three key points for Nava would be the fact that our platform supports over 250 CRMs with features like caller preview, contact popping, click to dial, and automated activity logging for improved productivity and customer service. And if you're not familiar with those features or what they mean, we're going to touch on that shortly. Second key point would be the fact that Nava includes Microsoft Teams integration for presence visibility and quick actions like call transfers and chats to launch and personal chats so you can streamline teamwork. And the third point would be the fact that it offers a built-in soft phone with multi-device support, dynamic branding, and user-friendly interfaces, including a tray menu, app bar, and preview window, all for efficient call handling. So this CRM integration solution is designed to serve a wide range of industries, helping organizations improve communication and customer experience. So, for example, if we're looking at the healthcare setting, we're talking about making sure that patients receive seamless customer interactions and appointment management. Within the retail sector, enhancing customer service and sales tracking. In the financial sector, that could be providing instant access to client records for better service delivery. Within the supply chain setting, improving coordination and real-time communication. And within the legal sector, streamlining client communication and case management. So the following slide provides a summary of the key features Nava is able to offer, which we'll be able to see in action shortly during our demo. So these features help streamline customer interaction, enhance productivity, and improve communication efficiency. So we'll start off with contact popping. This feature, essentially, when a call comes in, the caller's contact record can automatically or manually be popped within the CRM that's integrated. So this ensures that agents have immediate access to customer details, eliminating the need to search for information manually. Second key feature is activity loggings. So all interactions are logged either automatically or manually to the CRM, allowing users to keep a detailed record of customer interactions. Notes can be added to ensure that the customer history is well documented and accessible for future reference. Then we've got the add contact feature. So this is a way to make adding new contacts seamless. So whether you're in the live caller preview window, whether you're looking at the caller history or missed calls, new customer details can be stored in the CRM instantly, reducing manual data entry and improving record accuracy. Then we have the caller preview window. So before answering a call, agents can see who is calling and review additional details such as notes and history, all from a non-intrusive preview window. So this helps personalize interactions and improve customer service, as you can see in advance who's calling and tailor your script accordingly. Then we have the duplicate contact feature. So this feature allows you to add an existing contact details from one CRM to another, ensuring consistency across all platforms. Then we have the highly demanded click to dial feature. So what we're talking about here is the ability with a single click that users can call contacts directly from the CRM. So we're eliminating the need to manually dial numbers, improving efficiency and reducing errors. And then finally, we've got the centralized address book. So users can search multiple integrated CRM directories simultaneously in one address book, allowing them to quickly locate and call contacts from a single interface. This simplifies customer outreach and internal communications. So let's talk about licensing options. So these licenses are designed to meet a variety of users' needs. So we offer 3 licenses, Solo, Team, and Unite. Important to note that each license is a superset of the one before it, meaning users only need 1 license to access all the features they require. So yeah, important to note, prices are on the screen. So that's per user per month, no upfront cost, and there's not a minimum amount of users. You can have as many or as little as you like. So we'll start off with the Solo license. This is perfect for users needing basic features such as click to dial for applications such as Microsoft Outlook or Google Contact, or quick access to NetSapiens directories. So then we've got the Teams license, which builds on the Solo license, including all the features before and the ability to integrate with Microsoft Teams. It includes custom call events, a soft phone option. So this is ideal for users looking for enhanced presence and unified communication. It allows them to leverage Teams. And then finally, we have the Unite license, which is our most comprehensive license. It includes all the features from Solo and Team, plus additional benefits to integrate with standard CRM integrations, client API, and call center features. So important to note that all licenses include essential tools like click to dial, call control, address book search, presence, and integrations with platforms like Microsoft Outlook and Apple Contacts. So this structure ensures flexibility and scalability, letting you choose the license that best fits your customers' needs without an unnecessary overlap. So in order to keep track of all the CRM integrations available, we've built an online portal, which the link on the screen will take you to, called the CRM Viewer. So this website will allow you to search for all our available integrations, meaning if a customer mentions an application they benefit from integrating with, you can simply pop it into the CRM Viewer and instantly see all the relevant details regarding that integration. Definitely a link to bookmark. Now let's take a look at some typical customer profiles for CRM integration. So we're talking about the businesses that benefit the most from integrating CRMs with their phone system. So the first and most obvious one is businesses that have previously had CRM integration with their old phone systems and now need that same functionality with their new one. So it's common during system migrations where businesses don't want to lose the efficiencies they previously had and rely on. So next, we've got businesses that handle a significant portion of their customer interactions over the phone, typically 50% or more inbound and outbound. So these are typically strong candidates for CRM integration. These businesses typically want to improve efficiency, track interactions, and ensure that customer data is instantly accessible to agents during calls. Another key use case is when businesses receive negative feedback about their customer service over the phone. If customers are frustrated with long wait times and need to repeat information or feel that the agents lack context, CRM integration can provide better visibility and streamline interactions to enhance customer satisfaction. At number 4, we've got regulated industries like finance and healthcare that often require call logging and monitoring to meet compliance standards. CRM integration can help these businesses maintain detailed call records, automate data entry, and ultimately ensure they meet legal and regulatory requirements. And then finally, we see businesses that don't have a dedicated call center and can't justify investing in one. For these companies, CRM integration is a cost-effective alternative, allowing sales and support teams to handle more calls efficiently without needing a large-scale contact center and that heavy price tag associated with them. So if any of these scenarios sound familiar within your customer base, CRM integration can be an absolute game changer. Ultimately, we're ensuring seamless communication, improving efficiency, and enhancing customer experience. So why sell CRM integration besides the obvious? What's in it for you? So CRM integration, it's not just an add-on, it's a strategic tool for businesses that drives revenue, differentiates you from competitors, and expands your market reach. So the most apparent benefit is the fact that CRM integration is a revenue driver. It provides an opportunity to upsell and increase customer spend, boosting annual revenue per user. Businesses are willing to invest in solutions that enhance productivity and customer experience. In a crowded market, offering CRM integration gives businesses a clear competitive edge. So customers are looking for providers who don't just offer communication tools, but can also enhance workflow efficiency. And by providing seamless CRM integration, you stand out from competitors and position yourself as a more comprehensive business solution. Finally, even if customers don't immediately buy CRM integration licenses, having it as a part of your offering expands the potential market. Businesses that rely on CRM solutions day to day are more likely to engage with providers that support integrations, opening the door for future sales and partnerships. So the following slide takes a closer look at why CRM integration is such a valuable offering for a customer. So we've got some key selling points that demonstrate how it enhances productivity, how it streamlines workflows, and how it improves customer interactions. So the first point is the improved productivity. So by automating activity logging, data entry, CRM integration ensures that teams spend less time on manual tasks, more time on valuable customer interactions. Then with the seamless data access, with direct access to customer details during calls, businesses can provide more informed and efficient customer service. No more searching through multiple systems. Everything is available in one centralized view in real time. We've then got streamlined collaboration. So, leveraging that Microsoft Teams integration, teams are very able to see, very easily able to see who's available, transfer calls seamlessly with that presence information within Teams. And this can result in faster response times and overall a better customer experience. Then at 4, we've got the scalable and flexible integration. So this solution supports over 250 CRM platforms, allowing businesses to scale and adapt it to their needs. So whether they're a small company or an enterprise, they've got that flexibility that they can move from supported CRM integration to supported CRM integration. Then we've got enhanced caller identification. So by previewing caller details before answering, agents can personalize interactions and improve response times, again, helping deliver a more professional and engaging customer experience. And then finally, we've got efficient call handling. So with the preview window, we're able to reduce call handling times, increase first call resolution rates, and ultimately leading to that shared outcome of improved satisfaction and efficiency. So the key takeaway here is that CRM integration isn't just an enhancement, it's a necessity for businesses that want to improve efficiency, customer service, and collaboration. Now that we've explored the benefits of CRM integration, let's talk about how you can sell it effectively. Understanding when and where CRM integration is needed is going to help you identify the right opportunities and maximize sales potential. So an interesting fact is that 30% of UcaaS deals require CRM or business management integration. So this means that if you're selling a UcaaS solution without CRM integration, you're missing out on a significant portion of potential sales. Businesses are increasingly looking for unified solutions, especially with RFPs, and without integration, you're simply leaving revenue on the table. So how do you know when a customer is a good fit for CRM integration? So we've got some trigger words here to look out for. The most obvious one is, of course, CRM integration if customers are already discussing it. The second would be CTI, computer telephony integration. So this is a customer suggesting linking their telephone system with business applications like CRMs or Outlook, for example. Then we've got contact popping, which is one of the most essential CRM integration features. Customers wanting to be able to see customer details automatically appear when a call comes in and they accept it. So our CRM integration solution does well across a wide range of verticals, but there are some key ones where we're naturally strong candidates. Healthcare, hospitality, recruitment. So within healthcare, where patient records and call handling efficiency are critical. In hospitality, hotels and travel, businesses rely on CRM integration for seamless guest interactions. You think about taking bookings over the phone. There's a lot of searching, and to ensure that it's a seamless experience, CRM integration can help them provide that. Recruitment's another big one. So managing candidate interactions efficiently is a top priority. A lot of those recruitment employees are measured based on efficiency on the phone. So CRM integration enables them to deliver. So when speaking with businesses about CRM integration, it's important to ask the right questions to uncover their challenges and needs. The goal here isn't just to determine whether they need it, but ultimately it's to help them recognize inefficiencies that they may not even be aware of. So I'm not going to go through every leading question on this slide, but An example and a good starting point is understanding how reliant they are on voice for customer interactions and whether managing calls is a key part of their customer experience strategy. Many businesses don't realize how much of their time employees actually spend switching between phone systems, CRMs, and emails just to handle a single customer interaction. And ultimately, these inefficiencies lead to longer call handling times and a frustrating experience for both employees and customers. So another key area to explore is how businesses track customer interactions. So if teams are manually logging calls into their CRM, that's a very time-consuming process and prone to errors. So it's useful to ask how often their sales and support teams need access to the CRM data during calls. If they're frequently searching for information, integration could significantly improve their workflow. And then there's customer experience itself. So, businesses frequently hear complaints about customers being transferred multiple times or having to repeat information. That's a strong indicator that their current setup is creating friction. So these are the types of pain points that CRM integration helps to solve, leading to better customer outcomes. So when engaging with prospects, these questions can help guide the conversation to a point where you can position CRM integration as a solution to their specific challenges, rather than just an opportunity to sell another product. So we've got a case study here. We've got two we're going to look at. The first one is within the automotive industry. So there was a car dealership that struggled with inefficiencies in managing inquiries as sales teams spent too much time dialing prospects and searching for details while service staff missed upselling opportunities. And this is a common scenario. The lack of centralized data ultimately led to inconsistent communication and lost revenue. So with our help, the dealership implemented Nava, which is our CRM integration solution for NetSapiens. So integrating its CRM with their NetSapiens telephony platform, click to dial allowed the sales staff to quickly contact leads from within the CRM, while activity logging captured all the interactions and service notes automatically. And the caller preview window feature provided key customer details such as vehicle purchase history, service record. So before answering a call, it would enable the salesperson to personalize their communication. So the overall benefits for the car dealership were threefold, really. Increased efficiency. So click to dial saved sales reps significant time, allowing them to contact 25% more daily leads. Personalized customer experience. So with the caller preview, they could improve customer satisfaction by enabling tailored interactions. And the third benefit was better follow-ups. So the automated activity logging prevented missed service opportunities, increasing after-sales revenue by 15%. So ultimately, this integration allowed the dealership to enhance customer relationships while driving both sales and service revenue. Here we've got another case study within the retail industry. A mid-sized retail chain faced inefficiencies in customer support with agents manually logging calls, juggling multiple systems, and missing key information, resulting in longer resolution times and dissatisfied customers. The solution was to integrate Nava with their NetSapiens phone system, and now when a call comes in, it automatically displays the caller's CRM profile, including purchase history and previous interactions. Agents can log calls, update records, and escalate issues within the same interface, reducing system switching. Overall benefits, again, along the same lines as the previous slide: improved efficiency, so average call handling time dropped by 20%, enhanced customer experience, personalized interactions boosted, customer satisfaction scores by 25%, and better insights, real-time insights into how they've been communicating with customers. So that's it from me. Appreciate your time, everyone. I'm now going to hand over to my colleague Alan to provide you with a live demonstration of Nava.
Thanks, Umar. Okay, I'll try and share screen and hopefully everything comes through okay. Here we go. All right, everybody see my screen there? Is that coming through, Wayne?
Yeah, it's your desktop.
Yep, that's right. Excellent. Okay, so just over the next 10-15 minutes or so, I'll try and give you a live demonstration and illustrate some of these points that Umar has been explaining. I've seen there's a question in there about support and guidance as well, and I could cover a little bit of that topic as well with the client. But There will be a knowledge base available through RingLogix with documentation, self-study materials, that sort of thing. But I'll try and show you what's in the client as well in terms of guidance, user guidance, as well as your setup guidance. Starting point here then is the Nava desktop client available for Windows or Mac. We're in a Windows environment here. The features and functions between Windows and Mac are similar. What we're normally looking at difference between the two is the CRM integration list at the moment is smaller for the Mac users, growing all the time, but currently significantly smaller than the Windows client. And some of the clever tools that we can do in Windows, docking toolbars, for example, those sorts of things are not fully possible. So the Windows client is a little bit more advanced than Mac, but the user experience is similar. The core feature is similar. So I'm going to start with the main point of the software, the CRM integration, show you the core features that we deliver with Nava, how it works with CRM. I'm using Salesforce in this example, so let's just get that open. I've got a Salesforce account here being used with contact data in there, and we're going to link our NetSapiens phone calls into this CRM data. I'll then show you a few minutes just on the extra added value features, built-in soft phone presence, Teams integration, and those points there. Wayne, if there's any questions that seem pertinent for me to stop and cover, please do let me know.
There's a question I'm going to take from Jim at the end, but at the moment, I think we're good.
Good.
So I'd say just keep rolling.
Excellent. Okay, so the first point that Nava is trying to do, it's running, it's in the system tray here. This is the default state. Users can actually make it more visible, more present on the desktop, and maybe I'll show you that shortly. But it's running here in the system tray. I've already configured it to connect into multiple address books, just to show you sort of the benefits of having a central place to search multiple address books. But let me show you the basic user experience, which is we've linked it into CRM. We take a call from a contact in the CRM, and Nava will present us with information about that caller. So the call's presented. This is what we call the preview window. You can see it's ringing, and we can see it's actually ringing a physical desk phone at the side of me. So I'll take the call and connect it. And so we can talk about this window. So this is the preview window, the entry-level basic setup of the client. And a user can put this in any corner of the screen they prefer, and it will remember that location and appear there next time. What we're trying to deliver with this window is a quick heads-up display of who's calling, quick identification so you can answer the call appropriately. So the top line information, we know who's calling, we can answer appropriately, hi Bob, or Mr. Jones, whatever's appropriate. The company as well, or organization that they're part of. And then we've also got within the client a database of phone numbers around the world, so you'll be able to see the location, area code, US state, for example, of the caller, to have an idea of maybe what their local time is or anything of that nature. The CRM integration that goes a stage further then, we've got, as I said, over 250 different integrations. About 50 or 60 of those integrations, we have this additional information that can be presented. So top line, you should expect from every integration that we have, and then extra value features depending on the CRM. So in this case, we've got some additional notes, guidance notes, relevant to this caller that are within the CRM. So in this case, I've actually integrated with 2 address books. We've got this contact in 2 locations, one record coming from Salesforce here, a second source coming from Outlook contacts. In the solo and team users, we just get effectively personal contacts, Outlook, Google, and on a Mac client, Apple contacts. So you'd get this option, this link here, in the Unite license, everything else. So professional CRMs, Salesforce, HubSpot Dynamics, etc. So we've got notes being presented. This is just to help us a little further with how to answer the call. So something relevant that you can modify within the CRM for the next call in. Now this is what we call manual preview and pop. So we're not popping the contact record just yet. We can turn that on to be automatic. The user can control that themselves with a couple of clicks. What we're doing here is manual preview, answer appropriately, and then if I want to dig deeper, click to open the contact record. And here we're taken directly into the contact record for the caller, Bob Jones in this case. Now this preview window by default will hide after we've connected the call. So 10 seconds is the default. Users can set that higher. I've set it to stay on screen all the time, but this window would normally be there just to identify the call, open the contact record, and then it'll disappear, hide in the background. So if we want to, we go into the CRM. We then dig deeper on details. So for example, let's just go and look at that notes field in Salesforce. It's under the details for this contact. And maybe I want to go and update this field. So next time that caller comes in, we can put something relevant in here to answer appropriately next time. So, you know, order placed, not paying the bills, whatever's appropriate. We can update that field for the next time that caller comes in. We go a stage further. So this is manual preview and pop. And as I said, we can turn on automatic. So as soon as the call's presented, either ringing or on answer, we can open this record automatically. The nice thing about having a preview with manual pop is that when you have got multiple records, the user can choose. They can decide what's relevant to open. Do I want to go Salesforce? Do I want to go Outlook? You've got up to 5 different locations of address book data to go at. So preview and manual pop tends to be more efficient when you've got multiple records to go at. Now, in another 50 or 60 of the integrations that we've got on that list, we've got some additional features and functions that we talked about in Umar's presentation. So this is the identifying the call, digging into their CRM information to find relevant data. What's the subject of the conversation? What do we need to discuss with the customer? We've got some efficiency tools here, though, so we can add this contact record. Maybe we're duplicating or copying this record into another address book source. We can click add. It'll open a form for us to complete, and you can see when we already know about this caller, we pre-populate this form with the relevant information we have, and then you can decide where you're going to copy that to. So maybe I'm going to put it into my personal address book, put it in my personal phone book on the phone system. Maybe it's a second caller coming in from the same business number, and I want to create a second contact in my CRM with different details. We can write that. Maybe it's a different caller, put in the new name, and we'll get multiple records in Salesforce. So this is about saving time, maintaining address books, creating new contacts. And you can see in this case with Salesforce, it's not just contacts. You can create different types of objects, leads, accounts. It will depend on the CRM as to what we can actually create. But again, a big time saver, creating and maintaining address book data that you've got in the system. So that's our contact. Around 50, 60 integrations we have, we can write that contact data directly. In a professional CRM, what we typically have is a activity log. So when we're looking at that contact record, we can see an activity history. So in terms of Salesforce, we can see previous conversations that people have had with Bob within the business. We can go and open previous conversation records and see who had that conversation. So we can see who created the record, which colleague was it that had that conversation with some relevant details. So when this call finishes here, we can have this happen automatically. The call completes. Nava creates a new call activity log record for the conversation that just took place. And if we want to, we can then go ahead as the user here and write some comments in there for a colleague to read later on. Or maybe it's we take the call ourselves next time. We've got some notes on the call. So maybe call outcome notes. You can add that in yourself. So Nava's just creating the event, the entry itself, and then you can put some additional notes in there for next call. Okay, so as far as incoming call activity is concerned, that's primarily how a user can use the software. And as I said, if they want to make calls automatic pop instead of manual, it's just a configuration change for that CRM. They can choose this per address book, and we just say pop on ringing, let's say, and then next time that call comes in, the record's opened automatically. Okay, so user's choice, they can control themselves how they prefer it to operate. Now for a power user, we can go a little bit deeper than that still. So if we're looking within the CRM, we've popped the contact record and we're trying to find the relevant conversation topic for this particular user. Power users can go a little bit further. We have a feature called related data, and this is available in 25 of the CRMs in the product. So at this point, I think at this point I should really turn off the automatic pop-in, but just to show you this related data feature. The idea of this is rather than digging through the CRM itself and potentially searching across multiple address books, we can use this related data feature. So this is your normal behavior, preview and pop. This is more of a power user feature where we provide an additional summary screen which will collate information across the CRM, different activity types within that CRM. So we can see different events here. We've got cases, we've got email trails, and we can go directly into that particular event there from our summary screen. and get to the heart of the matter. So we've gone straight into the case. Or it may be that we're looking at related data in other locations. So for example, any opportunities relating to that organization. So this is company data for integrated demo, or it may be we're looking for information in other address books. So we're going to go and open their data in Outlook rather than in Salesforce. So it's additional functionality, a bit of an extra power user feature for people that want to see that more of a summarized CRM integration experience. A little time saver tool as well, which is nice, nice to have. I really need to turn that automatic popping feature off. I will do in a second. Another nice to have is this. If we've got the need to pass details to a colleague to call back, then we've just got a quick callback email function here. It'll just take that top line information and prepare an email ready to send. I'll revisit this feature when I'm looking at the presence where you can see your co-workers in the system and where we make better use of that functionality. Okay, I'm just going to turn off the automatic popping so that doesn't keep opening up. It just makes it a little bit easier for the demonstration and show you some of the other functionality that we have. Okay, so a time saver is going to also be from outbound. So incoming, we're identifying callers quickly, we're answering appropriately, raising that service level, that customer service experience, give the caller a more personal response. In terms of other time-saving functionality, that's going to largely come from outbound. So in this case, if we've got multiple records, we can use the Nava client to search those records. So rather than switching potentially between 3 or 4 different address book sources, they're linked all into Nava, 5 different locations are possible, and we can just go here and search for the contact we want to dial. It'll look across multiple address books and it'll return any contact numbers for that user from which we can click to dial, or we can open the contact record. If I choose somebody that's found in multiple locations, like our main contact Bob, it's going to search multiple locations. In a big organization, you may even use this to search for colleagues inside the system. So I can use this same search to find colleagues within my organization. And again, launch a call to them. Or we've got some additional features, which we'll look at in a second, to do with Teams integration, and use this as just a central search point for any communication, be it internal or external. We can go a little bit deeper with a more detailed address book search if we wish. So if we want to search a large amount of data, we can filter it. We can decide which address book to search. We can decide on additional information we can put in before we carry out the search. Ultimately, the results are the same. Hover over and we can call the contact or use the number or pop the record to search for more information before you make the call. We can also use this to create new contacts if we wish. It's probably more efficient from an incoming call or a call history, but we can create new contact records directly from here as well. In this case, it'll just be a blank form. Let's create a Salesforce lead, for example. It'll be an empty form that we populate. So you can do it from here, but as I said, probably most efficient from an incoming call or even from a call history. We can do a full call history from the phone system. And again, this will be CRM linked. It'll refresh in a second, look, with linked information. And we can hover over these and again, pop the record, add them to another address book, or just call the number back either with the phone or the phone number link. Just checking if I could show you multiple matches. I don't have one ready, but what we also do is provide multiple match sort of searching. So the calls presented will present the multiple names and sort of explain, we don't exactly know which contact this is. There's multiple records. So you'll get a list of the matches that are available. So you can answer the call and then select which user you're talking to. So we write the call activity to the right location. What we also provide is a recent calls list. So whereas the call history is going to be every single conversation, well, the last however many calls NetSapiens lets you have, I think it's 60 calls. We also have a summarized list. So rather than you seeing multiple entries for the person you spoke to 10 times in a row, we've just got a single entry, which again, hover over and you can pop the record, add to another address book or call back. So again, using Nava as the actual search tool to find contacts or look at your call history, CRM linked, so all the information's at hand, is also a good time saver. Now, in terms of dialing out, other places that we can save you time, shave seconds off every call, is with the variety of click to dial tools that we have. So this is if we're dialing from within Nava, but there are also a range of tools to dial through Nava, but from another location. So for example, most common thing we're going to come across is somebody's looking at their CRM, normally browser based more often than not these days, and Nava will let you use this browser extension. Most of the common browsers supported, Edge, Firefox, Chrome, etc. And this will just give you a number detection tool, so you can click to dial from the web page, from a contact list, and dial out directly through your NetSapiens device. So Nava's providing the number detection and the trigger to make the call. So we go ahead and click, and the call's made. And in this case, you can see the call's been made by my physical desk phone. I'll answer the call at the other end, and the call's connected. So the information's the same on outbound. However, the automatic popping is only on inbound. So this is more, you've found the contact and you just want to make the call. You don't need the contact pop, you're already there. You can still go ahead and manually pop if you wish, but as I say, the efficiency there is more about being able to click to dial rapidly from the location. Now on the subject of click to dial, I'll just show you a couple of more click to dial tools, and then how this relates to the devices that you have available as a user, and then finish with a little bit of Presence and Teams integration. So the primary tool probably that people are using is that, where you're within the CRM, click to dial from the browser page. We can turn it off easily because it may be a page of account numbers you're looking at rather than phone numbers, so the user can choose when to use that tool. But if they're not looking at something that's easily selectable, maybe we're looking at something in another source, we've got a couple of different tools we can use for this. So let's say it's just some sort of document with a selectable phone number. Then we have a clipboard dialing tool. We just copy the number and we're presented with a click to dial tool. Click and we're making the call.
Your call is now being. Thank you for calling Akixi.
And there's some intelligence in this as well. So it does detect valid formats for phone numbers and corrects information. So we can still use, something that's this sort of format where you've got brackets, you've got international characters, etc. We modify that as well. So there's intelligence in that tool. But what if you can't select the number? Well, we have an image detection tool. We call it screen read dialing. And with this enabled, you can even dial from something that's not even text. It just looks like a number. So might be an email signature, web page, or some sort of application where the numbers aren't selectable with one of our other tools. So in this case, it's an image. I can't select the text, but we have this image detection tool. Wherever my cursor is on screen, hold down, Control Shift on the keyboard, and we'll try and turn that number within the box into a hyperlink to dial. So if I hover over the number here and press the keys, we turn it into a hyperlink to dial, click, and we're making the call out.
Thank you for calling Akixi.
So again, the mission is, if you can see the number, you can dial it, shave seconds off every call, save yourself time throughout the day. So we're launching the call, we're making the call out with our NetSapiens device, and there's a number of ways we can choose which device is used. And as we mentioned earlier, with the Team and Unite user license, you can also use Nava itself as your soft phone device. The user experience is exactly the same. CRM integration exactly the same. The difference is this: we can choose which device we're going to use for the call. So I've got a number of devices here available to me. I've been using my physical desk phone at the side of me. If I want to use Nava itself as the device, I choose soft phone, and then any click to dial action that I make is going to make the call through the Nava soft phone itself. So you can see the label here. The audio is now going through my headset and ringing in my ears. So I'm going to stop that call, but this is, the user experience is the same. It's literally just choosing which device you make the call with. So very good for users that are in different locations, different times, physical phone in the office perhaps, physical phone at home even, soft phone when you're on the road. So additional bit of added value. You can see there's quite a few things in here. We're not covering every single subject, but very useful tool here is the presence window. And this is a dynamically loaded display of all your co-workers within the NetSapiens phone system. And this, depending on the size of the organization, will be, scroll bar at the side with a searchable field at the top. So we can go in and find people by name. We can add them as favorites to the top of the list if it's a very big list of people. In the solo user, this will just be a busy lamp field. So it'll be a name and a green or red status just to show if they're available on a phone call or not. In this case, with a Team or Unite user license, we can also link into Microsoft Teams and establish or see the real-time state of colleagues. You can see over in the UK here, a lot of people have finished for the day, but this is a real-time reflection of your team's state. You can see I'm in Do Not Disturb because I'm in a meeting with you guys. If I was to change my state to available, my co-workers would be able to see I'm available, and I can be presented with a phone call, or they can send me a Teams message or call me through phones, whatever. It just shows that I'm available. But it is synchronized with your Microsoft Teams state, and it will also write back to Microsoft Teams. So if I was to now be on a phone call with one of my NetSapiens devices, it would send the message to Microsoft that you're in a call and change your state here to in a call in Teams as well. So your Teams status here would change to a in a call state. Okay, so the idea is with this, and it's dockable in the Windows client as well, pinned to the desktop, you can show your real-time display of colleagues. I'll pin it over here so you can see the desktop shift along. And you can use this as a transfer pad as well. So for example, let's throw that call in again from a call. We connect the call. We can use the transfer keys here, but more useful in the presence window here. We can hover over and transfer to a colleague. Just going to change that back to desk phone so it doesn't interfere with my sound. And better still, if our colleagues are busy, we can't transfer the call through to them, then we've got other functions available from this presence list as well. So for example, we can send the callback email request and it will pre-populate with my colleague's email address ready to send. Or maybe we just go straight for a Teams conversation and we launch a chat in Teams and start the conversation or continue the conversation there. So again, it's just adding a bit of extra value around presence, availability of colleagues, and linking it into Microsoft Teams for better visibility and real-time status. Okay, so that's a bit of a highlights tour of the Nava client, primarily, as we said, focusing on CRM integration, but with some added value tools in there as well for additional functionality or just alternative usage of the client for people that are not necessarily dependent on a CRM integration.
Excellent.
One thing in terms of help, so just to answer Jim's question about support. So within the client itself, users get access to online help, context sensitive. You can search the help, but you can basically open the help, and this is full user help on every functionality, every feature of the system. There's a little bit of configuration guidance in here as well for the more complex bits of the client. And then the most complex bit, I would say, probably is the CRM integration. Just to show you briefly on this, the integrations available in the client are listed here. Look, these are what we call standard integrations, where guidance is available online, how to configure it. So let's take something like Salesforce, which is a little bit more complex than some of the integrations. We go into help and you get step-by-step detailed guidance of exactly how to configure the integration and get it working. So this will typically be probably the CRM administrator of the business, the end user business, to be able to prepare the CRM to allow Nava to connect to it. So the guidance is typically available online. We do provide, as I said, through the RingLogix knowledge base, you'll have some self-study guides for you as a reseller of the product, an installer of the product, but the actual sort of detailed setup, typically you're going to find it contained within the client links from the help page here or in the tray menu. Okay. So I think that's it from my side. Open to any questions, are we now, Wayne, or anything else?
Yeah, there's a couple of questions. Jim, I'm gonna take yours first. I think the question here is, what support do we get to make sure we know how to use this and how to implement it? And probably the easiest thing to tell you is to get it and use it. And in fact, we're changing over to a different ticketing system. So we're going to start using Zoho. So I'm going to have a number of our tech support agents actually using Zoho. But I would suggest that the best and easiest way for both you and your customer is to try it, put it on an extension and use it. To that end, I'm going to try and do what I can to make that as easy as possible. So anybody on this webinar who wants to use it either internally or to give to a customer to try, I will make that license freely available to you for this quarter. So you got a few months to make an effort to get in and use it. Should not take very long to install. It's a relatively uncomplicated process. My suggestion is open a ticket with our support and indicate what application you're trying to integrate to. So Jim, if that helps you, just let us know. If you have any questions around that, you can reach out to me. You can reach out through support, or our partner care or APGM can also help you get going there. So I hope that answers the question. The next question we had are what CRMs do you normally integrate to? And I don't know that we spent a lot of time on the page that shows all of the integrations, but there's quite a few.
Should we have a quick look, Wayne? Have we got time?
Yeah.
Shall I just quickly show that?
Yeah, I think this is an incredibly useful piece of what to know.
No problem. Let me share screen again. We'll show that. While I'm just opening this, just to answer Neil's question. So we are currently investigating again whether or not we can link the phone system conversation recording into those activity log records. At the moment, it's not a feature of the system. We have investigated in the past and it wasn't possible, but we're investigating again as we speak, actually. So hopefully in future, but at the moment, not currently possible. So we'll keep you updated of progress. We also publish bulletins with new features and functions to RingLogix, so they'll share that when we do hopefully get that feature in future. But at the moment, no, it's just a call activity log record that's stored. So just looking quickly at the CRM viewer, the idea of this tool is two things really. It is the list of integrations that we have available, but you typically would probably start with a search looking for a specific CRM and to see if we work with it. And the response would be something like this. We hopefully get a match. It will tell you which type of integration, standard or controlled typically, and then whether it's available for Windows and Mac or just Windows. And then you click in full details and you can see the feature summary that you would expect to get. So from the features we've looked at today, can we screen pop? Can we call activity log, add contacts, get that extra related data, and get that extra notes field? That's typically what we've looked at today. There's a couple of other things around the technical side. We also give you some important advisory notes in some places. So we will tell you here if there's anything significant that you need to be aware of with the CRM. And in some cases, I think there's about 30 of these altogether. We also give you a basic video. So potentially you can use this as an initial demonstration to a potential customer for their specific CRM. And it just plays some standard functionality of the client in a common format video. So things like adding contacts. We skip along so you can see it's relevant to their CRM. So we're showing how it interacts with their specific CRM. So I think there's about 25 or 30 of these videos in the CRM viewer at the moment. So you can get familiar with that and hopefully use it as a demonstration for customers. The other thing, as I said, it is the list. So if we just go back to the front page, when you first visit this, if you just click on advanced search, it will just list all the integrations in one hit. So it's going to give you everything across Windows and Mac. So just to compare, look, Windows over 300, we say over 250 because there's quite a lot of duplication of product name, but with different versions here. Mac at the moment, less, but again, increasing all the time. We're adding every month, we get new integrations being added. But then the important bit for you here is standard integrations. They're visible in the client, step-by-step guidance readily available. You don't need our support necessarily to configure them. Whereas there are also controlled integrations. These will need our remote support services. They tend to be the ones that you come across less often. So one of the reasons they are controlled is because we don't get requirements for them all the time. So we will have integrated with it at some point, but it may have actually been a year or two since they were done. So it's just to make sure that we help you deliver a working solution. But standards, very much the day-to-day stuff you hopefully are coming across all the time. And hopefully a relatively easy and pain-free experience for you. Okay.
Excellent.
More in there, of course, but about the quick.
There's one other question here, Steve. Yeah, can you get the slides? Yeah, we'll send out slides, a recording of the presentation. If there are still questions that you have, absolutely, we can schedule a time with either somebody from my team or more likely somebody from the Akixi team to help you get answers to those questions. So just let us know after you receive all of that what you'd like to do. And that was it. I don't have any more questions. Umar or Alan, any words as we close out here?
Thanks everybody for joining and watching, and obviously here if there's any questions, Wayne, come through later.
Yeah, likewise. Appreciate everyone joining. Hope you found it useful, and please do not hesitate to reach out if you've got further questions. More than happy to go through it.
Thank you, Jose, who not a question, but a comment. Excellent demo.
Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, guys. Everybody have a good one.
Yeah, guys.